Hotep brothers and sisters, Black Power is always giving honor to the Creator, giving honor to the ancestors. My sister, my father, my in-laws, Chief of Staff, Brother Harris Abdul, the Street Law Soldiers, my subscribers, viewers, listeners, supporters, and all of our brothers and sisters that are fighting for the liberation and salvation of our Black nation. What I wanted to discuss today was, I wanted to do it yesterday. However, I was dealing with some other issues, and I was feeling under the weather. And me and the Queen, we just kind of secluded ourselves, away from everything, just to have time to meditate, pray, and honor the people that, a lot of times they are forgotten about. Because while, you all, and I'm not one that's, I'm not a liar, I'm not one that's a faker or a hypocrite when it comes to Black liberation. And, we did not celebrate, Thanksgiving, although, like I've said before, if, you have relatives and things of that nature coming from out of town, or just family you haven't seen in a while, or just a gathering of family, I strongly urge you to, attend, for the sake of fellowship, because you never know when you'll see your loved ones again. However, that doesn't mean you're celebrating and honoring the holidays, because once again, those who continue, our people that continue to ignore, the celebration of the slaughter of your own ancestors, while you were, cutting this oversized pigeon on steroids on your table yesterday, because our children have been taught, that, this is how things went, that, these so-called, these white Indians, these dirty white Indians were here, and these so-called pilgrims came with these 10-gallon hats on, firmly pressed and steamed and fitted with shiny buckle shoes, milk white socks, milk white stockings, black knickerbockers, and long black overcoats. And they came so peaceful, and this was a breaking of the bread. And this is what they have been pumping into the minds and hearts of our babies, because they don't know any better. But you know better. And it's time that we stop allowing this to take place and allow this to condition our babies before we intervene with the truth. So, how they, depict that these devils were so peaceful and nice, and they broke bread, and no, it wasn't nothing like that. If anything, it may have been close to this situation where these dirty savages, dirty ass savage ice apes, came to the shores of Turtle Island, which you know it as America, North America, and just savagely raped, mutilated, tortured, murdered, beheaded, cannibalized, lobotomized all of our black natives that were here in this country before anyone. We were here and had civilization, tropical climate, a very, very strict, holistic diet, fresh salt water from the seas, until this ice age came. Once again, that our native ancestors said that they could, and it's written, that they could smell these motherfuckers 7 miles in water before they could even see these motherfuckers. And that was the coming of the devil to this country. That there was this huge black cloud coming towards these shores, causing destruction, murder everywhere this motherfucker has stepped his ice-age, pale, non-melanated, Cro-Magnon Neanderthal feet. He has destructed and destroyed everything that he has touched and has taken over and savagely brutalized, because this is the only behavior this motherfucker knows. I'm going to get back to that in a minute. But while you were, breaking bread and having a good time drinking, watching football, did you think of these brothers and sisters who didn't have the chance, who gave their lives while you sitting back smacking all fucking cornbread and sweet potatoes and all this shit? That if it weren't for these brothers and sisters, those privileges would not be available to us today. So how dare you sit, and break bread and credit yourself because you worked a fucking double shift to buy a goddamn bird. And you want all honors to go to you instead of looking at your ancestors, those who fought, bled, and died for us to have these opportunities that we have today. And this sister was doing Thanksgiving, over 100 years ago. She was running. See, those days didn't mean shit to her. Those holidays meant nothing to her. You don't see anywhere in her writings about any fucking holidays. Especially if it had anything to do with the celebration, because they were not celebrating. She was bringing our ancestors to fucking physical freedom, liberation, emancipation. She didn't wait on no motherfucking Lincoln and all this other bullshit. Took matters in her own hands. And Thanksgiving wasn't no different than any of the other days. And that's how she moved. That's how she operated. With the seriousness. And you can look in her eyes and see pain as well as wisdom. The heart of a fucking lion. This small frame ancestor queen, who we should honor when you're talking about Thanksgiving. These should be the conversations held at the table. What about the Bland family? What do you think they done yesterday? Knowing that their baby girl was fucking lynched here in the 21st century. So how do you think the Bland family celebrated? They didn't celebrate and jump up and down for joy yesterday. What about Mike Brown's family? Tamar Rice's family? Eric Gardner's family? How do you think they celebrated Thanksgiving yesterday? When these heroes and sheroes, they didn't get a chance to do this. They didn't get a chance to celebrate. These two queens here, Natasha McKinney and Letitia Anderson, both had mental health issues. You know, Sister McKenna held on the ground by pigs, tased over and over and over and over again till she died on the ground from extreme electrocution from the fucking stun guns that these goddamn crackers had. You know, Tanisha Anderson died with a knee in her back, cutting her circulation off. Mentally challenged sister. What about Yvette Smith, the one in the middle? She just opened her door and was blasted by fucking pigs. Murdered on the spot. They didn't get a chance to cook. They will never get that chance. How do you think their families, how do you think they feel? You know, Betty Jones. This sister was shot and killed by this cracker, this motherfucker in the middle, this goddamn demon who was just shooting. And he murdered the brother. But in his quest, looking for a black man to kill, he killed Sister Betty Jones with some fucking stray bullet. This was a gun-happy motherfucking cracker with the thirst of murder of a black person on his motherfucking mind and heart. You can look at him and see he's a goddamn demon. Their families didn't get a chance to celebrate Thanksgiving either. How do you think they felt yesterday? Let me just name a few of these brothers. Mike Brown, Amadou Diallo, shot 41 times. Oscar Grant, shot by police inside the subway station. New Year's Eve. Ezell Ford. Sean Bell shot 50 times the night of his wedding. I mean, the list goes on and on. How do you think their families feel? Did we think about them yesterday? Did we think about his family yesterday? This boy was shot in Pennsylvania just running. The lives of our babies snatched away by the system of racism, white supremacy. You can say what you want to say. But until you have this situation happen to you, when one of these goddamn ice apes take the life of your son, or your daughter, or your mother, father, your sister and brother, niece and nephew, aunt and uncle, and then they are acquitted, like your relatives was nothing but trash, then you will know how it feels. You know, Trayvon Martin, and the list goes on and on and on. And the thing about it, the sisters are not safe anymore either. Makes no fucking sense at all. Let's talk about Eric Gardner for a change. And I want to thank Sister Gladys Holcutt for, providing me with some information pertaining to the murder of Eric Gardner, which we all know he was murdered. We don't need to go into a lot of specifics about that, but what I want to talk about is how deceitful our people can be when it comes to money being handed down. This is his wife, really his ex-wife, because he was with another woman and he was happy with this other woman. But since, when it came to him losing his life, and it's a possibility that she could get paid in the wrongful death lawsuit, she goes to Al Sharpton's acting class, and goes through the motions. But this who he was with. This the sister who he was with, and he was happy. If you look at Eric Gardner, he was happy. Even on the documentary, this sister, she is still affected and traumatized and hurt by the loss of Brother Eric. My condolences go out to his mother. She is a strong elder, strong. She wasn't on no Uncle Tom shit. She wasn't on no bootlicking shit. She wasn't on no compromising shit. She spoke the truth and she stood up. She stood all the way up. And see, that's why I always honor the elders. I'm talking about the ones that put in work, the ones that stand up, the ones that speak their mind. And she is one of them. Excuse me, 1 second. If you can see Eric Gardner, you can see that, the chokehold. He had no business being placed in a chokehold. And I always tell you all, this cracker is nothing one-on-one. And if you look at it, if that little punk didn't have his weapon and other ice apes, other coward motherfucking crackers around him, Eric Gardner would tore him a new ass. And they know that. See, this is the manhandling of the black man. See, that makes them feel like they are conquerors. And don't think they don't get at the bar and talk about how they murdered that nigga. That big nigga. Congratulations, Bob. Give me a high up top, man. You took his big black ass down, man. You're fucking awesome, man. You took that motherfucking nigger down, man. Come on, y'all. Come on, guys, and celebrate, man. Put your glasses up, man. Give Bob his props, man. This motherfucker is a goddamn beast, man. He took that big nigger down. He killed the nigger, man. Don't think they don't be saying that. Then they get calls from the, Aryan Brotherhood in jail, Just want to say, my brother, that, you are a fucking hero to us, man. You are a fucking hero, man. Get many of them as you can, man. You're a fucking hero, man. If you ever fall, you have to come through here, man. You're going to be a fucking shot caller. Because you showed the world, man, that you'll kill one of those motherfucking niggers. Good luck to you, man. God bless you. Jesus loves you, man, for that. You know, that type of shit. You know, how did his family feel yesterday? Think about it, y'all. Put that numb shit to the side for a minute and deal with the humanity side of you and watch closely and just picture if it was you or one of your siblings. And this motherfucker, you know, his wife, she's a piece of shit. She is a piece of shit. You know, in the documentary, she literally told, you know, how this brother bought a television and whatnot, you know, from selling his cigarettes. That she sat on her dirty ass and watched the television, the big screen television and the other things that he bought from being out there grinding, trying to provide. She's an ungrateful motherfucker. And when it came to a possibility that she could get paid, she played a hurting wife shit. And Eric Gardner did not even fuck with her. Look at her. She's on Meet the Press. Whole new different motherfucking facial, all this shit. And now she does the crackers tell her to say. She goes on national television and says that she told Eric not to go out there and sell cigarettes. You know, to make him seem like he was such a fucked up dude. But see, your hand was out when you got that 1.5. When you got the $1 million, your motherfucking hand was out. You got yourself fixed up. You said nothing about looking out for this man's children. And you know you were not with him. That other sister was with him. You weren't with him. And then this is the shit I be talking about with these motherfuckers. You know, you got some of our people, man, for $1, they will do anything. And this greasy motherfucker, she's one of them. And I'm going in on her because that's some sad motherfucking, that's some fucked up shit. You sit there and you fucking with other niggas. And then when this brother passes away, when you find out it's a possibility that lawsuits are involved, now you jump up all in the goddamn media like you've been with this man. You know, now you go around the country, you getting paid doing lectures, you know, with your uneducated motherfucking ass. You know, this is some sick shit. Let the woman that he's been with represent him. You know, this is why, you know, the situations in the black community is so fucked up. Because you have these jigaboo ass bed wenches that will do anything for $1. You know, and if you notice, before she got that money, she was a dusty motherfucker. And that sister that Eric was with was always highly manicured. Because she respected and loved him. Same with this brother. This brother, the one that filmed the Eric Gardner murder. And what they do to him, lock this brother up. And did she come and help him? Did she come and pay for his legal fees? Did she come to his aid? You would think so, because if it weren't for him, nobody would have known about the murder of Eric Gardner. It would have never been televised if it weren't for this brother. And he paid a price, harassed by NYPD, purposely violated his probation and sent him back to prison. He's home now. You know, this is the type of shit that, you know, gets under my motherfucking skin, man, with our people. Dirty motherfuckers, man. You know, and for future references, you know, if you are a strong queen, you're a strong king. Represent that to the fullest. Be honest with yourself. Stand straight up. Do not put yourself in a position to be bought and sold. Excuse me. Don't put yourself in a position where you're for sale. Don't put a for sale sign on your soul and your energy and who you are. Stand up and be who you are. You know, fall in love with the highest frequency of your God self, because it's in you. It's in you. Because everything that you're looking up, down, all around, and outside of you, including what you call God, is in you. Walk in your own greatness. You know, and see, yesterday, a lot of you, and admit it, a lot of you didn't think about our ancestors. A lot of you, some of you did, but the majority of you didn't. And you can tell, because some of you will come back defensive and with some negative goddamn comments to make yourself feel better. But you know, at the end of the day, you did not honor your ancestors. It's important to do that every day. For those of you who are of conscious, the conscious beings, if your energy is in full consciousness. And when I say conscious, a lot of us don't actually know the meaning of that. Conscious means that you are awake, you are alive. You see what's going on around you. You're standing up. You're not afraid. You're not ashamed. You understand clearly who you are because you know where you've come from. And in turn, you know where you at. And you know the direction that you're going in. And you have to ask the Creator and the ancestors to give you that spiritual map to guide you, so you're able to help other people. No strings attached. You're able to do other things. You're able to stand up. You're able to fight the system of racism, white imperialism. It's a system. And just like any other system, it can be destroyed. But it will take a nation of us, the true warriors, the original people of the planet. Stick by the elderly. You know, a lot of you take care of your mothers, and, you know, you're into a lot of health care. That's wonderful. That's a blessing. That's a beautiful thing for those who are in that position, because it is needed. A lot of you are into a scholarship. A lot of you study. A lot of you young guys study, you young brothers and sisters. You know, and then there's a few of you who are out here using black consciousness as a way to manipulate your way to lay sisters down in bed, fuck queens, use people, and fascinate people who are asleep. You have to understand what karma is. Karma is when you know it in your spirit, in your heart, that what you're doing is fucked up. Meaning that you are aware that something is going to come down the pipe on your ass eventually. And that's the wrath of the Creator and the ancestors. See, the spirit of our ancestors will never die. They live on, and they live through others. They live through me. They live through you. That's why you are who you are today. And people are afraid of you. They are afraid of the knowledge base that you have. So it's more easier for the unconscious to denounce consciousness, to make you feel like what you're doing is a waste of time and is wrong. Don't ever give up, y'all. Your ancestors are proud of a lot of y'all, and they haven't forgot y'all. So don't forget them. They're with you. They're with you. They're riding with you. As you can see, I surround myself with ancestors because I know who they are. These people existed. They existed. They were here in this form, just like you and I. You know, and not to put down any religions, but everyone that you read about in any religion, you've never seen them. So why have more faith in those that you haven't seen opposed to those that you have seen, that made things possible for you, that came through here and left, but while they were here, they made a mark. They put in some work to make what you're doing today possible. Honor your ancestors, brothers and sisters. You know, I try to convey information as best as I can. I do the best that I can. I'm just me. I'm not trying to be the best intellectual and the least one putting in work. My work speaks for itself. My physical work in the street far outweighs the work that I do on my channel. Because it's about action. That's why we have a movement.